Hey performers, it's 2024, it's a new year. A lot of us just got done playing our New Year's Eve gigs, and now is a great time in the month of January to refocus our energy, start planning for what we want to accomplish this year, how many gigs we want to play, how much money we want to make, and what songs and music that we want to put together for our show. If you haven't seen the channel before, this is Danny Robertson Music. I'm Danny Robertson, and what we're trying to help you do is become the performer that you're meant to be on stage. We want to help you improve your show, we want to help you make more money, and we want to help you put together a performance that is unforgettable. So today, that starts with New Year, new goals. When we work on our goals as performers, we want to work on it through a couple of angles. We want to look at what works, what doesn't work, and what can be improved upon. What can we fix? And in order for all of us to do that just a little bit better this year, I've got a free gift that I want to give you. If you look in this video's description, there's a link to the Performer's Yearly Planner, or PYP. I almost did PYT after the Michael Jackson song, but I thought that was a little on the nose. So it's the PYP. You can download it and get a copy for yourself so that you can work through some of these things and plan out your year. Let's talk about the goals that we should be looking at in January every year to kind of set ourselves on the right path and give us a good outline for what we want to accomplish every single year. First part to look at is your show, obviously. You've got to look at what songs are working, what hits every time, what is not hitting every time, what you need to pull from your show, what you need to add to your show. If you're in a band, this is a great time to set up a few practice dates, a few extra practice dates if you're already on a regular schedule, and figure out what songs and music you want to add to your show. A good starting point might be to plan out 10 to 15 songs that you want to add to your show by March 1st. Why do I say March 1st? Well, there's a good reason for that. In the winter months in the Northern Hemisphere, there tend to be fewer gigs available. You can play a lot of bars and clubs and smaller gigs like that, but the real bread and butter gigs, the weddings, the corporate events, a lot of that doesn't really happen in January and February. Many of us will have free time to work on this stuff during January and February. It's a good time to learn new music. The planner includes a spot where you can list every song you play with checkboxes beside it to decide whether or not you're going to keep those songs, and then you can add new songs to that list. That way you have a running total of what you play all the time. Another thing to think about with your music at this time of the year is whether or not the songs are being played in a key that works for the people that are singing and playing the music. Sometimes you're playing a song just a step or two too high for the singer that's singing the song, and they are stretching their vocals every time they have to do it. And maybe this is a time to reset that song, maybe take it a step down or two, and see if that works better for your vocalist. You might actually produce a better version of a song that you already play. So rethink the music that you're already playing as well. The second thing I want you to look at is your current footprint of locations that you play. Are you playing enough different types of places around your area, around your region, to effectively get to enough people to see you everywhere they want to see you? Are there bars, coffee houses, churches, wineries, anything that you could be adding to your list of venues where people can see you as a showcase of your shows? If not, you need to plan to reach out to additional venues, recondition the venues that you're working with, maybe even talk about whether or not the situation is working in its current setup. Sometimes the venue is not paying you enough. Sometimes the venue is paying you, but they're not getting what they need out of you. So maybe you need to renegotiate some situations and add new places to play. The planner has a tab that lets you take an inventory of all of the places that you play venue-wise, all of the contact information of all of the people there, and if you want to add anybody into that list. Try to aim at getting 5 new venues by the 1st of March. Same kind of concept. Use that time that you're not going to be as busy to try to get a little bit more work. So maybe there's a festival that's happening in July that you've never played, and you could be the right fit for it. How do you approach that? Start looking at making those contacts, taking an inventory of what is working, what's not working, and what can you improve upon. So the third thing I want you to look at is your marketing. Do you have a website? Do you have a social media account or two or three or four? Do you have a way for your potential customers or clients to get a hold of you? Look at some content that you have available for them to see online if they can't see you live and in person, so that they can potentially think about booking you. So some things you want to think about when it comes to having a website or an online presence is, do you have recent photos, whether they're professionally shot or in the heat of the shows? Do you have recent photos, recent video of you performing so that people get an idea of what they're getting out of your show? And specifically, do you have a way for them to find out pricing or contact you so they can get that kind of information? The planner gives you an idea of some things that you can use as your marketing for a live band and some things that you want to have on a website or a social media channel. Fourth thing, let's talk about money. Now, this one is an important one because if you're playing in a band and not just doing a show by yourself, you have to be honest about what you expect to make from your gigs and your shows. If you're a weekend warrior type of player, you're only potentially going to be playing most of your shows on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Sometimes on Sundays if there's an opportunity. Let's say that you average one show per week, and as a whole, you make $1,000 per show. That means whether you're playing by yourself or with a band, you are making $52,000 a year for one show a week that makes $1,000 per show. So if you're splitting that with a band of five, that does not go very far. So you need to be honest about how much money you want to make versus how many shows you want to play. That'll help you do some reductive math to help you understand what you need to make per show to accommodate all of the players that are playing in that show and how many shows you intend to play in a given year. If you're doing bars and clubs all the time, you might have to have an honest conversation with yourself about making a living playing music, because the typical bars and the typical clubs average about $100 to $200 per musician per show. And that's not very much if you're only playing on the weekends. The planner includes a little calculator for you to help you understand how many people are in your band versus what everybody wants to make per show, and how many shows you need to play to get everybody at the level of income that they want to make from playing live music. The last thing that I want you to look at when it comes to your goals for the year is you do have to kind of have an honest assessment of what's working and what's not working with the people in your group. If there is somebody that causes drama all the time, or if there is somebody that is not pulling their weight either musically or business-wise, or at the shows, they're the ones that always go out and party afterwards and don't pick up the equipment. Trust me, there'll be somebody like that. And every once in a while, you need to think about whether or not you have to have an intervention or a change of personnel. That may not be the case with your group, but you do need to be aware of those kinds of things so that you are putting out a professional product that looks good and behaves the way it should at every single gig. Eventually, as you grow as a musician, you'll understand who's going to be the ones that don't do that well and who does. With that being said, my hope is that there is nobody in your group that is like that. Everybody's a professional. Everybody pulls their weight in terms of being a team player in that group. So that's it for this week. Now remember, when you're setting your goals for 2024, there's 5 things to look at. Your music in your show, what music you can add, what music you can remove, what can be expanded upon and changed. Look at your venues, the places that you play. Where are there opportunities there? Look at your marketing. Look at what you're doing to let your customers see you when you're not performing in front of them. Can they contact you? Do you have new photos, new videos, things like that? Look at your money. and that's on the fifth finger, but that's supposed to be the fourth one. Look at your money and see how much money you need to make everybody happy for the year. Look at that calculator for that. And finally, look at your personnel. Is there any problems or issues within your own group and what you're going to do about it? Do you need to have an intervention? Do you need to replace somebody? Maybe that's not the case. Hopefully that's not the case, but do be aware of that as something to look at as a fresh goal. Last thing to remember, take a look at that link in the description and download your copy of that Performer's Yearly Planner. It'll help you get started on a lot of this stuff. So put your name and email address in that and we'll get you a copy to you, okay? I hope your January is starting off great. I hope your 2024 is starting off great. Best of luck to you on your next great performance, and I'll see you soon. Take care.